Good morning, this is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from my YouTube channel as I continue on the part series of the professional sports teams that didn't win a championship during that season. This is part 14 of this part series, and the team that I'm going to be talking about today will be the 1998 Indiana Pacers. 1998 Indiana Pacers. This is a team that had Larry Bird as the head coach. They went to the conference finals. Also in the offseason, they acquired all-star forward Chris Mullin. At the time, it was a big move. Now, the team struggled early in the season, losing 5 of their first 7 games, but then won 15 of their next 18 games. The Pacers won 9 of their final 11 games, returned to the playoffs after a 1-year absence, finishing with a record of 58-24 record. They were the 3 seed. It was also the first time since joining the NBA that the Pacers finished with a winning road record. Reggie Miller, Rick Smith, and Larry Bird represented the Eastern Conference in the All-Star game in 1998. It was Rick Smith's only All-Star appearance, and Larry Bird won Coach of the Year. And this team definitely improved by leaps and bounds. So in the playoffs, they beat the Cleveland Cavaliers 3-1, beat the Knicks in 5 games, 4 games to 1. And then they played the Bulls, a team that they pushed to 7 games. It was hard fought, but they lost in Game 7. I'm going to go over that series. That series was a very good series. The Bulls were definitely a beatable team. Like mostly every game, majority of every game was close. They were right there. So look at that series because the Bulls during that playoffs as a whole, they was not as dominant. Like when you look at the New Jersey Nets, who the Bulls played, they pushed them. They played them tough for the most part. Even though the Bulls swept, it was very close than people expected. Then they did what they had to do against the Hornets, except for that one game that they lost. But once they played the Pacers, this series was very close. See, Game 1, Chicago won 85-79. Chicago won 104-98. And then the 2 games in Indiana was very close. I mean, Indiana won 107-105. And Indiana won 96-94. I think that's the game Reggie Miller pushed off Michael Jordan, and he caught the ball and hit a 3. I think that was in Game 4. They tied it at 2-2. Then in Game 5, Chicago beat Indiana 106-87. That was the only blowout in the series. That was a great series. When you talk about, because I remember that series. I remember it very well. You know, I was like a freshman in college. So I remember that series, but that series was a great series. That series could have went in the favor of Indiana because there was only one blowout, and that was Chicago winning 106-87. And in the next game, Game 6, Indiana won 92-89, and May 31st, the Bulls won 88-83. So when you look at it, man, it's a lot to look at when you talk about that year, that period of time in the conference finals where the Pacers had a chance. I mean, they had a chance to win the championship. I mean, they could have won the championship, no doubt. What I want to go over is the games that were played, just dissect it, get into it, because that was a great series. I mean, the Pacers had the Bulls on the ropes. They had a chance to win. Had a chance. Now, okay, Game 1, Bulls won 85-79. Michael Jordan had 31 points. Now, what I'm going to do, too, is look at Reggie Miller's performance, because I don't think he played great. I think Game 7, he definitely let his guard down. Because again, he always had his way with the Knicks. You know, he beat them in '95. They beat him in '98. But against the Bulls, Reggie didn't have. Now he made a great shot, that 3-point shot in Game 4 against Michael Jordan and the Bulls. But he didn't do what he would do to the Knicks in terms of scoring, going on that hot streak, and just making shots. So let me look at this matchup. Reggie Miller was 5 for 14. He scored 16 points. That's not good. Jordan, 11 of 28. He had 31 points. Didn't shoot the ball particularly well, 39% averaged out. But yeah, I played Reggie. They won 85-79. The next game was 104-98. Reggie Miller, 4 of 13, 19 points. Most of his points came from the free throw line. Not good. Jordan played great, shot better, 13 of 22, shot 59% from the field, 591, overall 59%, took 1 3, scored most of his points from the free throw line, but he played great overall, Michael Jordan. He had 41 points. So this is why there was no rival to what Jordan was about. Bulls won 104-98. Michael Jordan had 41 points. So they go to Indiana up 2-0. They won 104-98. The Pacers win 107-105. This was a close one. Jordan he was 9 for 22. Didn't shoot the ball particularly well. Made his free throws 10 out of 12. He had 30 points. See what Reggie did. Reggie played better. 9 of 15. Hit 4 threes. He had 28 points. Definitely played much better. Had 28 points. I say he had a better game than Jordan had, in a sense. Played much better, shot better. Okay, so I'm going to go to Game 4. I think this is the matchup. This was on Memorial Day with Reggie Miller hit the go-ahead three-pointer. Jordan had 28 points, 12 of 27. How many Reggie had? Reggie had 5 for 11 three-pointers. Wow, he only had 15 points, but Rick Smith stepped up and had 26 points. But I'm going to look at the play-by-play. Yeah. He made the go-ahead three-pointer, Reggie Miller. The assist from Derek McKee. Hit it from 25 feet. I remember he pushed Jordan off. That's what it looked like when he got open. Jordan missed a three-point shot, rimmed out. It was like with 2 seconds left, it looked like. He made a shot. It wasn't a buzzer beater. They put more time on the clock, 2 seconds left. That's what it looks like. Excuse me. 2.0 seconds left. With 2.0 seconds left, he made the shot. That's what it looks like right here. But that was Reggie Miller. Now, again, that was a great moment of that series for Reggie, but he didn't do what he would do to the Knicks, scoring bunches. So 106-87 was the final score in Game 5. Reggie, start with Reggie Miller's stats. He was 5 for 10. He scored 14 points. What did Jordan do? 12 for 20. He scored 29. Game 6, 92-89. Jordan's 12 for 23. He scored 35. Oh, Reggie didn't play well. 2 for 13 for 8 points. He did not play great. Rick Smith definitely stepped up, 11 for 12, almost perfect from the field. He scored 25 points. Now, this is the key to everything. Game 7. Obviously, Game 7 means everything when it comes to like playoff sports. In the playoffs, Game 7 is nothing like it. When it comes to sports, Game 7. Okay, I'm gonna look at the play-by-play because I believe the Pacers was up like 5 points in the fourth quarter. And they had like a tip. They had to tip the ball off, and I think there's a wild scramble, and Steve Kerr hit a 3. Let me see if that was the case. Might be wrong, but let me see. It was like a tip or something. They had a jump ball situation, and Steve Kerr hit a 3 at the time. Yeah, jump ball, 6:39 to go. Jump ball, Michael Jordan versus Rick Smith. Tipping gains possession. Because the Pacers was up 77-74, so Michael Jordan missed a 2-point jump shot from 17 feet. But Pippen got the offensive rebound, and yeah, the Pacers had a 77-74 lead. So Kerr hits a 3-point shot from the assist from Scottie Pippen with 6:02 to go, and he ties the game up. It was the offensive rebounding by Scottie Pippen that led to Kerr hitting the 3. That was a key part of that game, a critical part of that game, because they up 3 points. You know, if they keep scoring, maybe they win that game going away. Even though it was a lot of time left, 6 minutes and 2 seconds to go, but they still had a chance to win that series, man, win the game. It's just that they did not close the deal. Now, I'm gonna go back to the stats. Look at the box score. 88-83 was the final score for Chicago as they won that series in 7. Now, Reggie Miller was 7 of 13. Okay, played pretty good. He shot almost 54% from the field, 538. 4 3-pointers, 7 attempts from 3-point range. Very good. 57%. Made his free throws. He had 22 points. Not good enough, man. If you're that great, you got to do better than 22 points. First of all, I want to check how did he do in the fourth quarter. How many points did he score in the fourth quarter? That's the key to everything. Because what makes great players is what they do in the fourth quarter, the money quarter. That's the biggest thing. So we're going to see what's going on. How many points did Reggie score in the fourth quarter? None. I don't think he scored a point in the fourth quarter. See, Davis scored a point. Smith scored in the fourth quarter. Davis scored in the fourth quarter. Davis, Rick Smits, Jalen Rose scored a few points. That's basically it. I don't think what I see. I don't see any scoring from Reggie Miller. He didn't score in the fourth quarter. See, how many top shots did he take? Because I'm looking at the play-by-play. How many shots did he take? Reggie Miller. Okay, he took a 3-point shot with 2 minutes and 13 seconds left with the score 85-81 in favor of the Bulls. So basically, he took one 3-point shot, by what I see. That's not good. That's why Reggie's not all-time great in terms of that, on that level with Jordan, man. Jordan was taking more shots. He did more. I'm just looking at the play-by-play. So this was a great series. This series was a great series. A series that Indiana could have won, but they just fell short of the end of the stick. Didn't get it done. And this was a great basketball game too. 88-83. There were 8 ties, 11 lead changes. And this was a great ball game that Indiana should have won, because the key factor was the fact that you had a 77-74 lead in favor of the Indiana Pacers, and Pippen gets the offensive rebound after Jordan missed, and he kicks out to Steve Kerr, and he hits a 3-pointer to tie at 77. That's the key part of that game, was that sequence that made it what it was. So look at the box score again. See how many Jordan had. He didn't shoot the ball particularly well. He's 9 for 25. Played 42 minutes, 36% from the field. Made his free throws 10 of 15. He only had 28. Had a little better game than Reggie. Not better than Reggie for as shooting it. Reggie shot better. But I'm quite sure in the fourth quarter, Michael Jordan had a better game in the fourth quarter. Let's look at the fourth quarter. Play-by-play again. Because the fourth quarter, again, that's the money quarter. Obviously. Let's see. I'm quite sure Jordan scored some points. I'm sure he did. Let's look at it. Okay, he made a 2-point layup. He dunked. Made his free throws. Yeah, so Jordan made it happen, man. He definitely made his presence felt in the fourth quarter. But what I see, I don't see anything from Reggie Miller. He didn't make a contribution. All I see is Jalen Rose scored some points. Rick Smith scored some points. Antonio Davis scored some points. And that's it. Reggie Miller did not score a point in the fourth quarter. And that's the biggest thing, man. That's a letdown for the Pacers. If you're a Pacer fan at that time, Reggie could have did more in that fourth quarter, because he only attempted, let me go back and research it again, with the first quarter. I'm going to the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter, he only took 1 3-point shot with 2 minutes and 13 seconds left. And that's when they was down 85-81 to the Bulls So Reggie Miller just took one shot from 3-point range. So that's all that needs to be said, man. That also I'm gonna go over how many points he averaged during that series. Okay, in this series, Indiana averaged 91.7 points a game. Now, Michael Jordan averaged 31 points a game, 31.7 points a game, almost 6 rebounds and 4 assists in the 7 games. Reggie Miller, he had 17 points a game. Terrible. He did not play well in this series. That's obvious. 17 points, 17.4 points a game, barely 2 rebounds a game, only 2 assists. Shot well from the free throw line, 91%. But he didn't play well in this series. In this 7-game series, Reggie Miller didn't play well. He was totally outclassed by Jordan. Jordan averaged almost 32 points a game, and Reggie Miller only averaged 17.4 points a game. That's bad. That's awful. So there's nothing else I could say. But if you're a Pacers fan at that time, you came very close to possibly win the championship in '98. Could have been Utah Jazz versus the Indiana Pacers. But the key element in that Game 7 was Scottie Pippen getting that rebound, offensive rebound after Jordan missed a shot from 2-point range. 2-point shot. I think it was a 17-footer. Let me go back and check quickly. So that was the key to everything. That was a key part of the game if you're a Pacer fan, was that play. Six minutes left. Pacers up 3.77 to 74. Michael Jordan missed a 2-point shot from 17 feet. Scottie Pippen gets the offensive rebound. And with 6:02 to go, he passed the ball, made the assist. Pippen to Steve Kerr, hit a 3-point shot to tie it at 77. That was the turning point. Because after that, it was all about the Chicago Bulls the rest of the way. And when I look at this, the play-by-play, they didn't get the lead back. That's so crucial to that game, being what it was, because they didn't have a lead the rest of the way. They had a 3-point lead before Kerr hit that big-time 3-point shot. Because after that, it was let's see. Okay. Antonio Davis made a 2-point shot from 11 feet, and they took the lead 79-77, okay? But after that, it was tied at 79-79, and then Pippen scored 81-79. Then Longley scored 83-79, Bulls. They had a 4-point lead, the Bulls. That was with 3:30 to go. And from that point on, they wasn't able to get the lead back. They was able to get the lead back with 5:50 to go, 79-77. But after that, they wasn't able to regain the lead, Indiana. That key play, man, that curved 3-point shot to tie it was the key part of that game, the key sequence of that game. So that concludes this video. This is part 14 of the professional sports teams that didn't win the championship during that season. This is part 14, talking about the 1998 Indiana Pacers. Hopefully you enjoyed my analysis and my breakdown of the 1998 Indiana Pacers. That's a team that should have won the championship. You know, if they just would did more, and again, the key part of that game 7 is that Reggie Miller did not score enough points. He didn't score a point. He only attempted one shot. And that was with 2 minutes and 13 seconds to go. Let that sink in the fourth quarter. And they were down by 4, 85-81. So with 2 minutes and 13 seconds to go, Reggie Miller finally took a shot. That's not good. And he only averaged 17 points during that 7-game series. Jordan averaged almost 32 points. So it shows you that he wasn't on the level of Jordan. Simple as that, especially in the fourth quarter. Especially in game 7. So that concludes this video. Subscribe to the channel, like, comment, do whatever you can to support this channel. Obviously, I'll do a video tomorrow regarding this part series. So until then, talk to you tomorrow.